An activist has been sentenced to 2 years in prison for wearing a Thai dress that apparently mocks Her Majesty the Queen. Meanwhile, record rainfall this year is expected to damage the country's high season tourism. All this is coming up in today's program. You're watching Thailand News Today, bringing you the latest top stories in Thailand and beyond. My name is Jet Gunther, and in our first story, a 23-year-old Thai activist has been sentenced to 2 years imprisonment for royal defamation under Section 112 of the Criminal Code for attending a protest in traditional Thai attire. Her catwalk show was interpreted by royalists as mocking Her Majesty Queen Sirikit, the Queen Mother of Thailand. Bangkok South Criminal Court read the verdict of Jatuporn Saeung's sentence today, almost 2 years after she walked the catwalk in a traditional pink Thai dress at a protest on Silom Road in Bangkok on October of 2020. The court reasoned that Jatuporn intended to mock Her Majesty the Queen. The protest was held to oppose the use of 13 million Thai baht of taxpayers' money for a fashion show that was linked to the royal family and called for monarchical reform. The protest was held to oppose the use of 13 million Thai baht of taxpayers' money for a fashion show that was linked to the royal family. The protest fell on the same day as the launch of Princess Siri Wanawari's new clothing collection. Protesters shouted, "Long live the Queen," as Jatuporn walked the catwalk, while another protest held an umbrella over her head. A royalist filed a lawsuit against Jatuporn for defaming the royal family under Section 112 of the Criminal Code, also known as lèse majesté, which is punishable by up to 15 years in prison. Police are required to investigate all allegations of lèse majesté. Alongside royal defamation, the activist was found guilty of violating the emergency decree for attending a protest which could spread COVID. At first, the court sentenced Jatuporn to 3 years in prison. However, her sentence was reduced to 2 years for giving a, quote, good testimony. Jatuporn testified that she always wears traditional Thai clothes because they make her feel confident, not because she was trying to impersonate Her Majesty the Queen or insult the royals. She said it was misinterpreted that way by the plaintiff. Jatuporn also wore a traditional Thai dress to hear the court's verdict today as well. The activist wants to appeal the case again, and her lawyer submitted a request for Jatuporn to be released on bail pending the appeal, with securities of 200,000 baht. The Thai Meteorological Department has announced another day of heavy downpours, flooding, and traffic chaos throughout the country, and told the kingdom to brace itself. Meanwhile, the Interior Minister has played it down and said there was nothing to worry about. The Meteorological Department made known that it is 70% likely that the nation will be hit by another deluge and the kingdom would suffer from heavy flooding. The Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation backed that statement, adding that there will be floods and riverbanks would overflow between September the 11th and 13th. However, Interior Minister Anupong Jinda played down the concerns of both the TMD and DDPM, saying the country is more than capable of coping with more rain. He said, quote, "Although 1 or 2 tropical storms are expected later this year, these dams are still well below their retention capacity." Despite the Interior's optimism, the DDPM warned that heavy rain is on the way and most of the country will be affected.
Thinking of investing, but don't know where to start? Ever heard of AAAFX?
What is AAAFX?
Good question. Look no further than AAAFX, your choice for trading and investing. Low commissions and spread with fast execution. They're trustworthy and have been offering services since 2008. You can invest using various deposit methods, including crypto, with negative balance protection and 100% matching deposit bonus. Choose AAAFX and enter the lucrative market of trading. Visit AAAFX.com.
The DDPM has also issued flood warning notices to 23 provinces in the northern, northeast, and central areas, meaning you're probably living in one of them. The TMD reported that from tomorrow, the northern part of Thailand will be in danger from heavy downpours. Thailand has been ecstatic to finally welcome back tourists, mostly, but for now, after the pandemic, a new threat to tourism has emerged. The Tourism Authority of Thailand said it expects a normally profitable third quarter to be muted by the flooding in 21 provinces across Thailand. The floods are expected to affect corporate travel especially. Much of Thailand sees drops in hotel pricing as it is outside of peak season, making it a perfect time for corporations to take advantage and book travel trips, incentive travel, and employee retreats and other businesses related to travel. Government business trips are also popular in the third quarter as the fiscal year draws to a close at the end of September, and all unused funds must be spent to maintain their budget for the next fiscal year. Officials expect many provinces to be hit by a wave of trip cancellations due to flooding. Some corporate groups have already canceled or postponed their trips this month, which mostly impacted destinations in the east and the central region. Even though agriculture is the hardest hit sector, tourism in many places could be affected as purchasing power has decreased significantly. Flooding has created difficulties in traveling throughout regions as well as hazard warnings for tourism activities. In Chantaburi, campsites warn people not to go camping or trekking and risk being caught in torrential downpours. In Rayong, officials in Khao Chamao National Park caution that heavy rains have made swimming in the waterfall too dangerous. The pelting rain has overwhelmed floodwater drainage and is making getting around difficult in some areas. In the north, reservoirs and dams still have space and have not overflowed yet, though forecasts call for up to 20% more rain than usual. But the south and northeast have full river basins on hills like the Chi and Moon rivers that run the risk of flash flooding during a downpour. While corporate travel in the third quarter is expected to drop from flooding, the TAT suspects the fourth quarter may boom with all the pent-up energy of those longing to travel. Through August, 566 billion baht was generated from 102.9 million domestic trips, and the TAT believes the goal of 656 billion baht and 160 million trips total by the end of the year is within reach. Officials worry that when rain flooding subsides, a whole nother flood, which is a flood of tourism, could create problems such as bottlenecking major tourist hubs. In July, Malaysians made up the largest portion of Thailand's foreign arrivals, according to the Ministry of Tourism and Sports. Thailand welcomed approximately 220,000 Malaysian tourists in July, most of them arriving via the land border crossing in Songkhla province. In a post-pandemic world, Malaysian travel to Thailand has never been easier with the removal of the Thailand Pass and insurance requirements. The shuttle train service, which connects Hat Yai in Thailand and Padang Besar in Malaysia, also resumed service in July, making travel between the two countries much more convenient. The one-hour journey costs only 50 baht, which is around 5 Malaysian ringgits. Other top countries sending tourists to Thailand in July were India, Vietnam, South Korea, Singapore, Cambodia, Laos, the United States, the United Kingdom, and Australia. Thai tourism to Malaysia is also booming, with Thais taking the second spot for the highest number of foreign arrivals in Malaysia after Singaporeans. Thailand is one of Malaysia's essential short-haul markets. Tourist arrivals from Thailand could reach 800,000 by the end of 2022, according to TTR Weekly. And that wraps up our report. The show will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Thai time. But before me is Good Morning Thailand at 10 a.m. Thai time, where Natty, Jay, and Sarah go over the morning's top stories. See you there.